The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
We're back again and fired up more than ever for another episode of UMass Sports Insider. Today we look at the special teams unit for football and learn just how a field goal unit works together. Plus, we'll spend time with nationally renowned athletic trainer Jen Broder. After sitting out last year, Jordan Fredericks is beginning to make his mark on the UMass backfield. Then it's to the pitch as we spotlight a rising star in Rebecca Frisk. So text all your friends, it's time to watch. Here's the UMass Sports Insider. Let's go. Hi folks, and welcome into UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host Josh Maurer. We thank you so much for joining us. And this week, we're going to focus on special teams, a facet of football that is often overlooked by the fans. Head coaches often talk about how all three phases of the game have to be in sync to play winning football. And so we focus on the one that is responsible for getting the offense good field position or pinning the opponent deep for the defense.
The one thing about special teams is it's a total team effort. You got offense, you got defense, and what we call we-fence. It's a collaborative we effort on our team, and I think they're progressing pretty well.
My role in special teams is to go as hard as I can, to do what I can, when I can, and provide a leader for the younger guys to look up to or look at and like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
It always starts on kickoff return. Marquise Young, we know what he can do with the football, but it always starts with the guys that are blocking for him. They don't get enough credit.
Kickoff return, you have to know your angles and know who you're up against in order to successfully block your guy and prevent him from making the tackle.
It's really the guys that are blocking for him, that are unselfish, guys on the front line, our fullbacks, our tight ends, and our front line guys that kind of set the standard.
If you watch film and you see that your guy likes to knife across or he likes to favor a certain side, you want to pick up on things like that in order to get the upper hand on him running down. If you have a faster guy, you might have to cheat your alignments if you're not as fast as him, and in order to get inside of him to prevent him from making that tackle.
It's all-out effort, to be honest with you. I mean, those guys are sacrificing their bodies, they're giving up their bodies. They're not carrying the football. They can very well be like, I don't want to be on this unit, but they're setting blocks. They're getting on guys. They're chasing guys down the field.
I feel that the role I have on special teams is important because, we have a lot of young guys that are looking to get on the field some way, somehow, and they don't know yet, but special teams is a very key role.
I just want the kids to progress and keep building on the momentum that we have with our special teams unit, I think there's a lot of room for growth and potential.
When he said I was doing special teams, I got really excited because that's a big part of the game where a lot of big plays happen, and you never know, your block might be the one that springs the kick return free, or you might run down and force a fumble on the kickoff. So I look at the aspect like, okay, I want to be one of those guys. I want to go down there and make a play.
Thank you guys. A pivotal part of the game where big plays can truly swing momentum. One of the special teams groups that has really been helping UMass this year is the place kicking unit. The big kicks have been going through the uprights this year, so recently we stopped by a practice to see how that group works together and how you do it. How do you make a field goal in college football?
Hey UMass fans, we're the field goal kicking unit, and on today's show we're going to teach you how to kick a field goal.
I'm Peter Camarado and I'm a senior long snapper. First, when the ref sets down the ball, he puts the point of it on the line. When I come out, I make sure all the linemen are coming out with me. I dab them up after a touchdown, hopefully. I set my feet and I wait for them to all get set. Theo's back there, he's counting everybody, making sure we're all good to go. And back with my body torqued a little bit. And once Coop takes the steps back, or Cash takes the steps back, I get down. I get down, I hold the ball, you don't see any white right here, and I put my middle finger on the opposite seam. And when I get down, all I see I'm looking at is Theo's hand that's on the ground. And so when he gives me the tap, I snap it. And perfect laces.
Hi, I'm Theo Young. I'm the holder. I'm going to show you how to hold it for a field goal. So I come out with the kicker, line up behind the snapper, count, make sure we have 11 guys on the line. And when Pete's ready to go down, I look back at the kicker. He gives me a nod when he's ready. I nod back, turn to Pete, and give him the call. Depending on how I catch it, I might have to spin it to make sure I get the laces out. Just put it down, slight lean back, slight lean towards me. That'll give us the best chance of making the field goal.
All right, UMass fans. So first step when you approach a field goal is that the kicker is going to line up. He's going to line up where the ball is. He's going to see how far away the distance is from snap to hold, and then he's going to line up his kick right straight away to his target. And once he's ready to go, he's going to give Theo a nice little fist pound, and that lets Theo know, that lets the snapper know that we're ready to go. So he's going to take 3 steps back and 2 steps over. Once he gets back over, he's going to take a deep breath. He's going to look at the spot, he's going to look at the target, and he's going to give Theo a nice little head nod to let him know that he's ready to go. So on you guys. So good snap, good hold, good kick right down the middle, and that's it. And after you make the kick, give a nice little celebration, dap up everybody in the unit, and there we go.
Hey, that was cool. Thanks, guys, for sharing the lessons. It's an important group, and it can help swing a football game one way or the other. Well, time for us to take a break. We are just getting started on this edition of UMass Sports Insider. When we come back, we'll meet longtime athletic trainer Jen Broder, who is one of the best in the business and charged with making sure the Minutemen stay as healthy as possible. Plus, you'll get to meet one of the newest Minutemen in running back Jordan Fredericks. See you when we come back.
This is the place where planets collide, where Pulitzer and Fulbright are full-time residents, where 28,000 brilliant young minds from 65 countries call home. This is the place that propels the state and lifts the world. UMass Amherst, this is the place.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Go to the ground. Harrington fumbled the football right back, and UMass takes it right back. Isaiah Rogers recovers it for the Minutemen. It's off to the left. First down and more. 20, 10, 5. Ali has the hat trick.
Welcome back, folks, to UMass Sports Insider. Well, at any athletic department, one of the integral figures is the head athletic trainer who helps keep the players safe, healthy, and ready for play. And at UMass, Jen Broder has been a longtime fixture with the football program. She is one of the few women at this level who are the top athletic trainer for the entire department as well as the football team.
Athletic training just became the perfect opportunity to get into a medical field but still stay involved in sports. So I had a couple people along the way that kind of gave me that first idea of what athletic training was. I found a program. I went to Ohio University for undergrad, where you got into the program the summer before your freshman year in college. So once you were in for your 4 years. And the university was a perfect fit, and the program was a perfect fit, and it was exactly what I wanted to do. Going on to year 26, so it worked out okay. Had the opportunity here. Jeff Smith and I just were having some conversations one day, and he asked if I liked football. It was kind of a combination of both planned and incidental, but I think those are the best things work out that way. And it just seemed like the perfect environment. I'm much more of a collaborative athletic trainer. I like working with people. And just from the time I got here, it's been a fit. And it's obvious by the fact that I've been here for 12 years. And I've been the head athletic trainer for football since August of 2008. And I've been employed here at UMass since October of 2006. I worked football in undergrad. So as a student at Ohio, I worked football twice. And then in grad school, I worked football. And I really enjoyed football. I like the contact sport. I like the intensity of it. So it was something that in the back of my mind I always enjoyed and kind of hoped that I would get back to. In those days, there weren't women working in the NFL or any other pro sport, so it was kind of that, I wouldn't mind being the first woman to work in the NFL. That'd be kind of cool. A contact sport is definitely, it's definitely more intense. You definitely have to be on your toes. There's a lot more action both on and off the field, I think. On a game day, I was just looking the other day. On Saturday, I did 25,000 steps on Saturday. So you're going constantly because there's contact on every play, and I'm always counting to make sure there's 11 people standing up on the field, and I'm always watching guys as they're coming off the field. So I think I thrive on the organized chaos, which is college football. It's the intensity and the high activity, I think, that I thrive on, because you can't not watch a play or you miss something that happens. Becoming one of few women that's the director of their department and the head football athletic trainer is the opportunity to help give those opportunities to students that are coming up through the ranks right now. I never would have had the opportunities I have had if it weren't for the people that have supported me and my mentors and encouraged me and collaborated with me. When you're on a bus and you're one of 2 or 3 women, you're aware of the differences, or you're aware of kind of the fact that you're one of a few, but it doesn't change who I am, how I act, or how I do my job. To me, it's just, they're all athletes, and I'm just another athletic trainer doing a job, and doing a job that I love, and doing a job to the best of my ability in order to allow them to do what they want to do. I'm thrilled to be considered one of the few that's been able to make some leeway there, which is great. To me, I'm just an athletic trainer. It doesn't matter if I'm a woman in football, but then it's kind of cool when people say, and you're taking some risks, and you're trying to make the profession better and trying to help the next generation get better. That's pretty cool. I've been very fortunate. I've received a couple of awards through the NATA. Received one back in 2007, which was for leadership to the state organization, so the state athletic training organization. Last year I received one called the New Horizon Award, which was given by the College and University Committee, and that was for emerging leadership in the profession. Probably the most special was the Assistant Athletic Trainer of the Year, and Jeff Smith nominated me for that, which is, it's always really nice to receive accolades that your peers have instigated. We had a player here who had a broken ankle during a game. We were on the road. It was pretty ugly. We got him home. The poor guy had to fly home. It was a long night. We got him through. The first time he played, after coming back from his injury, he scored a touchdown, and he kept the ball and ran off the field and up the sideline and handed me the ball and said that he scored that touchdown because of all the work we had put in with him. And that's exactly why you do it. You have kids like that that are super appreciative and thankful, and their parents are thankful, and you get to see them go on and do what they want to do, and you get to see them go play in the NFL, or you get to see them go become Pennsylvania State policemen, or you get to go see them, become lawyers, or to achieve their goals, whether it's on or off the field, is what keeps me coming back.
Thank you, Jen. There is no more consummate professional than Miss Broder, who has spent countless hours working with Minutemen football players over her career. One of those happens to be the man you're about to meet, running back Jordan Fredericks, who sat out last year after transferring from Syracuse and also after undergoing knee surgery. But recently, he's been unleashed on the field, and he's starting to make some big plays for Mark Whipple's offense.
My sophomore year at Syracuse, I learned I had to change some of my habits off the field and on the field. I learned that I had to somewhat fall into like a leader role, and then also I picked up the plays, fairly quickly. The same thing that initially brought me to Syracuse, the family aspect. This is a close-knit group. I really saw something special here, so did my parents, and decided to commit.
Looking at Jordan as a potential, undergraduate transfer for us, someone who had experience. Marquise came in, we had experience in the room. So when you have the opportunity to bring somebody like Jordan in, who's able to go to Syracuse, coming right out of high school, and he was willing and wants to be a part of what we're bringing in here. And it's not a real green room. I got experience in this room.
I love football, and being back out there and playing for a group of guys who wants it just as much as I do, it's great. It's just really want to give it my all, really. Going to try my best to help this team succeed and just hope for a winning season.
The best thing about what happened with Jordan was being able to finally get on the field and then have some success on the field. It brought back a renewed confidence in him. He had the injury, he hadn't played in a year, so you always have those questions in the back of your mind. Can I do it? Can I make this happen? Am I going to be serviceable? And can I give a benefit to these people who have brought me in and allowed me to be a part of this program? You immediately saw, like, once he was able to get into the game versus Boston College, had a little success, then he scored. That very next week you saw a confidence factor come about him when he was practicing. His vision was even better, his cuts were better, his understanding of things were a little bit better, his knowledge of the offense just seemed to blossom, even though he had a strong knowledge of it, but there was a little bit of uncertainty. Now having the success in the Boston College game, then you saw it again happen playing against Georgia Southern. It was the growth that you expect for a player to have from 1 week to the next week.
I was sidelined with a knee injury, which slowed me down a bit, but everything happens for a reason in my eyes, and I just think that I came back stronger and more motivated to play. The guys never left me, and I've been down for a little bit, and they never left my side. They always cheered me on, egged me on, wanted me out there. And now that I'm here, I'm giving back to them what they gave to me at first. I'm letting it all go on the field, and I just hope for the best. By having a great team, a supporting staff, and just fighting back, never giving up. And then when you get out there, you just leave it all on the field. You don't think about it. You just run. That's all I'm kind of meant to do is run, so that's what I do.
It's been great to see Jordan back in action, and we look forward to seeing how he progresses in the midst of a very talented and crowded backfield for the Minuteman offense. We're going to step aside for just a few. Don't go away. When we come back, we turn our attention to the pitch, where junior Rebecca Frisk is having a breakout year, leading the Atlantic 10's top scoring offense in the Minute Women. That and more when we come back.
Between the hash marks and knocked to the ground. It's upfield, first down and more. Left sideline, 10-5, touchdown! Let's go! For the touchdown, Nick Orakoya's first career rushing touchdown.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. We've moved to Rudd Field, the home of the UMass men's and women's soccer teams. Speaking of soccer, Rebecca Frisk of the Minute Women did something recently that had not been done by a UMass player in 8 years when she scored a hat trick in the win against Chicago State. For Frisk and the Minute Women, they've been red hot at the end of non-conference play and look like they could be a force in the Atlantic 10 this season.
Early success has definitely broken my wall. I think I was in a bit of a pit my freshman, sophomore year. Wasn't really producing much, and then this year broke the wall early. My confidence is up, my coaches are supporting me, my team's right behind me, and it's definitely making me produce more for the team and myself.
Rebecca is having a great start, and it has a lot to do with confidence in the style of play that we're trying to introduce, and she's a mature player. She's a junior that I think that's really starting to find her own.
The difference is my confidence. When I step on the field, I know when I work hard and if I do what I need to do that I will be rewarded for it, and so will my teammates. So it definitely makes me want to be a better player, not just for myself, but for the team.
The best part of having an upperclassman produce early on is that I think it starts to give confidence to the other players around her.
Yeah, it's definitely been a great start to the season with the 3-game win streak. I don't think we've had that ever since I've been here, and that's definitely put a lot on our shoulders in a good way because we want to keep that going, and especially with the shutouts and everything.
What you love from your attacking players is players that can use both feet and change direction and draw their opponents one direction in order to create space for themselves. And I think this, Becca finding the net this often early on is really giving her a lot of confidence to create that situation more often.
Actually, my parents FaceTimed me and were like, they haven't had a hat trick since 2010, and I was like, we just keep breaking records in history, and it's only been 6 games, so it's awesome. It's just really nice knowing that I have a support group back home. On the field, I'd definitely say that I think I'm more serious. I think off the field, I'm outgoing and silly, but on the field, I get in the zone to the point where some people have to ask me, you good, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just super tuned in. When I'm on the field, it's all in or nothing.
It gives her confidence to be able to start to do some different things in games and try different things, and that creativity leads to her being even more of a focal point, which then I think in turn opens up the door for the players around her to also get their opportunities to be dangerous.
I love the push that other teams give us and our teammates, what they're cheering on the sideline and everything. We're just so hyped when we're on the field. The people I've met here, the team, the girls that I'm surrounded with every day, it's made it probably one of the best soccer experiences I've ever had in my life. This is an opportunity given to me that not a lot of people get, and I'm just so grateful.
Well, thanks, Rebecca. We wish her best of luck along with the rest of the team as they get going in Atlantic 10 play. Keep up the role that they had at the end of the non-conference schedule. Time for us to step aside one final time. Go get your favorite snack and beverage, because when we come back, we've got a gem as our student athletes try to stump each other with Disney movie songs. You'll like this one. Lighter Side is next.
Here's a play out front, shot, score!
This is the place where planets collide, where Pulitzer and Fulbright are full-time residents, where 28,000 brilliant young minds from 65 countries call home. This is the place that propels the state and lifts the world. UMass Amherst, this is the place.
Hey, welcome back. It's the final segment of the show, and it's time for the lighter side. Well, folks, something that transcends generations are Disney movies, and we've all watched them growing up and know the songs. But how well could some of you recognize the music, especially when the person singing it might be a little bit out of key? So we asked some of our student athletes to try to name these Disney songs as sung by their teammates. Let's check out and see how they did.
No, I don't know the tune of this. Oh, no one's saying do this. No one's saying be there. No one's saying stop that. No one's saying see here. Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew.
Disney movie all time.
Really?
Aladdin. She wore pants. I like that she wore pants and dresses. So.
No one slick as Gaston. No one slick as Gaston. No one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston's.
Gaston? Who's Gaston?
I don't even know if I'm singing it right.
All right.
We must be swift as the coursing river with all the force of a great typhoon.
Wait, I know it. Keep going.
Okay, with the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark of the side of the moon.
Pocahontas.
No. Okay, how could I make a man out of you?
Pocahontas.
No, make a man out of you.
Make a man out of you.
I gave it to you. It's Mulan.
Oh.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
What can I say except you're welcome? I don't know how this one goes.
Oh, can I say you're welcome?
Yeah.
Moana.
Yes.
I bet you're not gonna get this one. Under the sea. Under the sea.
Mermaid.
Alright.
Easy.
That was an easy one. That's a little start off.
How did you think I wasn't gonna get that one?
I have no clue.
I want to know about the strangers like me. Tell me more. Please show me. You're not gonna get this one. Something familiar about the strangers like me.
I don't know how this one goes. Bless my soul, Herc was on a roll. He was a no one, a 0, 0. Now he's a honcho.
Is Hercules?
Yes!
I love Hercules.
It's a great movie. Such good music.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
Brother, no, not Brother Bear.
I mean the bare necessities.
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was
How did
easy.
you know that?
Was
Was
the
that the
Bare Necessities. That's like the #1 song of that
I've
movie.
never seen Jungle Book.
I've just never seen the Jungle Book.
All right, you're 0 for 2. Good job.
Alright. I just need to hit the next 3 and get tied up.
Yep.
You had the easier one, so.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go
Frozen.
and play.
Jurassic Tarzan. Tarzan.
All in all, not bad, guys, and now I'm going to have those songs stuck in my head for the rest of the week. Well, that'll do it for the program. Thanks, folks, so much for watching. Join us for our next edition as we get ready for the start of the hockey season. Until then, have a great rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on UMass Sports Insider.